walk through this Street Olaves Mini Mach 7 together. We'll take it slow and make sure everyone understands each step. Math section. Question 1. Work out the total distance traveled. A. 120 miles. B. 390 miles. C. 200 miles. D. 400 miles. Okay, so the correct answer here is option B, which is 390 miles. Now, how did we get that? Well, the car first travels for 4 hours at 45 miles per hour. To find that distance, we multiply 4 by 45, and that gives us 180 miles. Then, the car travels for 6 hours at 35 miles per hour, so 6 times 35 equals 210 miles. Finally, to find the total distance, we add those two distances together, 180 miles plus 210 miles. And that equals 390 miles. So we know option A is too low, option C underestimates the journey, and option D overestimates the total. So the correct answer is B, 390 miles. Question 2. Work out the average speed for the entire journey. A, 21 miles per hour. B, 39 miles per hour. C, 33 miles per hour. D, 46 miles per hour. The correct answer is option B, 39 miles per hour. Remember from question 1, we found that the total distance is 390 miles. The question also tells us that the total time for the entire journey is 10 hours. To find the average speed, we divide the total distance by the total time. So that's 390 divided by 10, which equals 39 miles per hour. Option A is too slow. Option C is a rough average but not accurate, and option D is too fast. So the answer is B, 39 miles per hour. Question 3. Work out the total distance David traveled. A, 66 miles. B, 50 miles. C, 68 miles. D, 72 miles. The correct answer is option A, 66 miles. Let's break it down. David cycles at 20 miles per hour for 1 1/4 hours. 1 1/4 as a decimal is 1.25. 20 times 1.25 equals 25. So far, he has traveled 25 miles. Then, he travels at 16 miles per hour for 2 hours. 16 times 2 equals 32. So now we need to add that to our previous amount. 25 plus 32. Then, he travels 12 miles per hour for 45 minutes. 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour, or 0.75 hours. 12 times 0.75 equals 9. Now, to get the total distance, we need to add all three distances together. 25 plus 32 plus 9, which equals 66 miles. Option B is too low, and options C and D are too high. So the answer is A, 66 miles. Question 4. Work out the average speed for the entire journey. A, 16.5 miles per hour. B, 17 miles per hour. C, 13 miles per hour. D, 20 miles per hour. The correct answer is option A, 16.5 miles per hour. From the last question, we know that the total distance is 66 miles. This question tells us that the total time is 4 hours. So to find the average speed, we divide the total distance by the total time, 66 divided by 4, which equals 16.5. Option B is slightly over, option C is too low, and option D is the max speed, but not the average. So the answer is A, 16.5 miles per hour. Question 5. Mr. Jenkins catches the 11:45 a.m. bus from London to Glasgow. The distance between the two cities is 407 miles. The bus travels at an average speed of 55 miles per hour. What time should he arrive in Glasgow? A, 15:10, which is 3:10 page M. B, 2000, which is 8 page M. C, 1823, which is 623 page M. D, 1909, which is 709 page M. Okay, the correct answer here is option D, 1909, which is 709 page M. To solve this, we need to figure out how long the bus ride takes. Do you remember the formula? Time equals distance divided by speed. The distance between the cities is 407 miles, and the bus travels at an average speed of 55 miles per hour. 407 divided by 55 equals around 7.4 hours. That's 7 hours and 24 minutes. Now we need to add that to the departure time of 11:45 a.m., and that means he arrives at 7:09 page M. Option A is too early, option B is too late, and option C is close but not precise. So the answer is D, 7:09 page M. Question 6. Write an expression for the perimeter of a square with side M. A, 2 meters. B, 3 meters. C, 4 meters. D, 5 meters. The correct answer is option C, 4 meters. Now remember, a square has 4 equal sides. If each side has a length of m, then the perimeter is 4 times m, or 4 meters. Option A is too small, option B is wrong, and option D is too much. So the answer is C, 4 meters. Question 7. Write an expression for the perimeter of a rectangle with width D and length C. A, 3C plus D. BC plus 3D. C, 2C plus 2D. D, 4C plus 3D. The correct answer is option C, 2C plus 2D. Remember, the perimeter is the distance around the outside of the rectangle. A rectangle has 2 lengths, C, and 2 widths, D. So the perimeter is 2 lengths plus 2 widths, which is 2C plus 2D. All other options are incorrect combinations, so the answer is C, 2C plus 2D. Question 8. Imagine we have a triangle, and 2 of its sides are exactly the same length. We'll call that length F. The bottom side, which might be different, we'll call duration. Now the perimeter is just the distance all the way around the outside, so how would we write an expression for that? A says F plus 2 grams. That would mean one side F and 2 sides G, but that's not what we have. B says 2F plus G. That means 2 sides F and 1 side G. That sounds right. C says 2F plus 3 grams. That's 2 F sides, but way too many G sides. D says F plus G. That's only 1 F side, and we know there are 2. So the correct answer is B, 2F plus G. Question 9. Guy starts with 20 pounds. Then he buys some presents, and we're going to call the amount he spends Y pounds. How much money does he have left? A says 20 Y. That means we start with 20 and take away the amount he spends. That makes sense. B says 20 plus Y. That would mean he somehow got more money, but he's spending, not getting more. C says 18Y. Where did 18 come from? He started with 20. D says 20 plus 3Y. That's adding to his money and multiplying Y for no reason. So the correct answer is A, 20-Y. We subtract what he spends. Question 10. Eric has M pounds, whatever M is. Then he spends 12 pounds. How much does Eric have left? A says M plus 12. That would mean Eric gained money, but he spent it. B says 12-M. That would mean Eric started with 12 pounds and spent M, but he started with M. C says M12. That means we start with M and take away 12. That sounds right. D says 12 plus M. That's the same as adding, and Eric is spending money. So the answer is C, M12. We subtract 12 from M. Question 11. Luke has A pounds and spends B pounds. The question is, what does he have left? A dot A plus B. BA times BC. A divided by B. D. A minus B. The correct answer here is option D. When you spend money, you're taking it away, so we subtract. Options A, B, and C all use the wrong operations. So the answer is D, A minus B. Question 12. We need to find the coordinates of point A on the graph. A, 1, 2, B, 1, 6, C, 2, 6, D, 3, 3. The correct answer is option B. Looking at the graph, point A is 1 space to the right and 6 spaces up. So the answer is B, 1, 6. Question 13. Now let's find the coordinates of point B. A, 1, 3. B, 1, 6. C, 2, 2. D, 4, 1. The correct answer is option A. Point B is 1 to the right and 3 up. So the answer is A, 1, 3. Question 14. What are the coordinates of point C? A, 1, 2. B, 5, 3. C, 1, 3. D, 1, 6. The correct answer is option B. Point C is located 5 spaces to the right and 3 spaces up. So the answer is B, 5, 3. Question 15. We need to plot point D to make a rectangle with the other points. What are the coordinates of point D? A, 6, 5. B, 6, 6. C, 2, 2. D, 5, 6. The correct answer is option D. To make a rectangle, point D needs to line up with point A's height and point C's width. That means it's 5 across and 6 up. So the answer is D, 5, 6.
So now I'm going to be going through the answers to the MVR section of this mini mock. So we've got an example one here, already tells you what the answer is. But the reason the answer is D is because these two are a reflection of each other. So we're going to reflect the bottom ones as well. That's going to be grey, which leaves us with D. Next question, first actual question. Here, these two are a reflection of each other, so we're just going to reflect this. Shade that in black. Draw this thing at the bottom. Shade that in black. I'm just going to draw that so far, see if we can tell what the answer is. Looking at it, the answer is D, because we've got this bit shaded in black. The rectangle is on the right side. This is drawn correctly. So yeah, D is the answer. I'll just quickly explain why it's not the others. It's not A because this is on the wrong side. It's not B because this is not shaded in. It's not C because this is in the middle when it should be on the left. It's not E because this is not shaded in. And for other reasons, like this is not shaded in either. Next question here. These are also just a reflection of each other. So we need to reflect the bottom one. So we're just going to have a black... actually, I've drawn that on the wrong side. It's going to be here. Black rectangle there. I already ruled out D. Then just looking at the rest of it. There's no white squares in the bottom left one. So we can rule out A. And we can rule out C. Leaving us with the answer, which is B. Next question. Here, these two are the same, just 180 degrees rotated, so just like upside down of each other. Because this one's at the top and then this one's at the bottom. So that means we're going to do the same for this one, but not. So yeah. So rotate that 180 degrees. The lines will be here. And then these dashed lines will be here. Leaving us with the answer, which is A. A is what I have drawn. Next question. So with the smaller one, so both the colours have swapped around. Black becomes white, white becomes black. So the small one is attached to another small one facing the opposite direction. So here I'm going to have one, but it was black, now it's going to be white. And then on the opposite side of where the long one was originally is where it's going to be in the bottom one. So it was here, so that means here it's going to be on this side, and now it's going to be black, leaving us with the answer, which is C. Long one, black on the left, short one, white on the right. Next question. Here, what happens is, so it goes black, white, black, white, alternating. So that means this one has got to be black. Already rule out B and E then. Also, the position of the arrow goes around the side anti-clockwise as you go down. So that means, so it was here, then it's here, that means here it's going to be on the top, leaving us with the answer, which is C. Because that arrow needs to be at the top, because it's moving around the sides of the square anti-clockwise. Got another example in here. This one's fairly simple. It goes from 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means there's going to be 5. That's why the answer is D. Another quite simple one here. There's one loop, 1, 2 here, 1, 2, 3 here. So we're gonna, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So we're doing the missing one that goes here. And A has 1, 2, 3, 4. So A is the answer. You don't even have to go through the rest of them. Next question. This arrow thing rotates 180 degrees each time, so flips. So it's pointing up here, so it's going to be pointing down here. So we can rule out C and D. Next thing, the arrows go from pointing out to in, so they're going to be pointing in here, like that. Rule out A. And then the fact these two have a line, the same number of lines, so that means the two next to each, they have the same number of lines before it changes. So because this one has none, this one will also have none, leaving us with the answer, which is B, because it's got no lines going through the arrow. Next question, the grey and white alternate each time. White, grey, grey, white. So it's going to be white, grey here. Rule out the ones that are wrong. Next thing, small, big, small. So it's going to be big here. So we can rule out A, leaving us with C and E. Next, let's look at where the arrow is. So it's here, then it's in the same place, then it changes, and then it's changed here. So that means it's going to be the same one as the previous one. So it's going to be in the bottom here, where it is in C. So C is the answer, because the arrow stays in the same position for two in the series, and then it changes. Next question. So here we go from having vertical line, horizontal to no line, and then back to no line. So I'm going to assume we're going to have a vertical line here. So it goes vertical, horizontal, no, vertical, horizontal, leaving us with the answer. It's got to be B, only with the vertical line. Next question. Here, this moves down one square each time. So that means in the missing box, it's going to be the one with the crossing, it's going to be here, and the one with the black is going to be there. And you can already see the answer's highlighted here. The answer is C. Also, another thing to note is this cross one moves down one each time and then back to the top here. So that cross one's going to be right at the bottom, where it is in C. Another example one here. So now we're fitting these two shapes together. So fitting this one, just gonna draw it in. That's why the answer is D. This is what I've drawn. Here, as you can see, we've got these vertical lines and horizontal, and now they both overlap. So we're going to do the same here. We're going to draw a heart with both diagonal lines in both directions. So this way and this way, like it is in C. So C is the answer. Next question here. So this and this form this. So same here, we're going to have another L grey shape, so we can rule out any that don't have that. And then the circles stay the same, so this square is also going to be here, leaving us with the answer, which is C. Next question. These are just mirrors of each other, so we're going to reflect. So this reflects to form that. So we're going to reflect this shape here. So I'm just going to draw this. And also the patterns move down too. So this one was here, then it's there. This one was here, moves down to this one, and then back to the top there. That's what I mean by that. So the grey one is going to be this one. The vertical lines are going to be at the top. The horizontal lines are going to be here. And the dotted one is going to be here. Leaving us with... Actually, I've drawn the top one wrong. I did those the wrong way around, actually. Sorry about that. This is going to be the horizontal one, and this is going to be the vertical one, leaving us with the answer, which is E. Horizontal lines, vertical, grey, and then dotted. Next question. Again, these are a reflection of each other. So the reflection of that, I'm just going to look at them to figure out what it is. So obviously this is going to be sticking up. So it's going to be on the right side of whatever shape it is. And yeah, so, and then this is going to stay the same. So I'm going to rule out A, rule out B because it's not got the white bit. C is correct. D is not correct because this is not reflected, and E is wrong because there's 2 grey and 1 white when it should be 1 white and 2 grey. So we've got to look out for these fine details. I think this is the last question. So this shape has just rotated 90 degrees anti-clockwise. Rotate this one 90 degrees anti-clockwise. We're going to have, just going to draw it quickly. So just turning my head to look at how it's going to look. Actually, drawn that bottom bit wrong. So this is going to be there. This is going to be there. This is going to be there. That leaves us with the answer, which is E. Because E is what I've drawn. That's the end of these questions. Thank you.
Okay, now we are moving on to the verbal reasoning section, NVR. Question 1. 2 times 25 plus 16 equals 49 plus 37 minus what number? A 20, B 19, C 28, D 12. The correct answer is option A. Let's break it down. 2 times 25 is 50. 50 plus 16 is 66. Now, on the other side, 49 plus 37 is 86. So 86 minus what number gives us 66? 86 minus 20 equals 66. So option A is correct. If we try option B, 86 minus 19, that gives us 67, which is too high. Option C gives 58, which is too low, and option D gives 74, also incorrect. So the answer is A, 20. Question 2. 7 times 5 minus 13 equals 5 times 4 plus what number? A1, B, 3, C, 2, D6. The correct answer is option C. First, 7 times 5 is 35. 35 minus 13 equals 22. 5 times 4 is 20. So what do we add to 20 to get 22? We add 2. Option A is too low. Option B is too high. and option D is way too high. So the answer is C, 2. Question 3. 65 divided by 13 times 9 equals 5 times 3 times what number? A1, B, 5, C6, D3. The correct answer is option D. 65 divided by 13 is 5. 5 times 9 equals 45. On the other side, 5 times 3 is 15. 15 times what equals 45? 15 times 3 equals 45. So the answer is D3. Question 4. 81 plus 29 minus 17 equals 33 plus 29 plus what number? A, 19, B, 28, C, 28, D, 31. The correct answer is option D. 81 plus 29 is 110. 110 minus 17 is 93. 33 plus 29 is 62. What number must be added to 62 to make 93? The answer is 31. Options A, B, and C are too low, so the answer is D, 31. Question 5. 7 times 14 plus 3 equals 9 times 9 plus what number? A, 19, B, 14, C, 20, D, 12. The correct answer is option C. 7 times 14 is 98. 98 plus 3 equals 101. 9 times 9 is 81. What number plus 81 equals 101? That number is 20. Options A and B are too low, and option D is also too low. So the answer is C, 20. Question 6. 5 times 3 plus 23 equals 7 times 6 minus what number? We have choices. A, 4, B, 8, C, 2, D1. The answer is A. Let's break it down. 5 times 3. That's like saying we have 5 groups of 3, which gives us 15. Then we add 23 to 15. If we add 15 and 23, we get 38. Now 7 times 6, that's 7 groups of 6, equals 42. The question is, what do we take away from 42 to end up with 38? The answer is 4. So if we chose option B, that would give us 34, which is too low. If we chose option C, that's 40, which is too high. And if we chose option D, we'd get 41, still too high. Thus, the correct answer is A, 4. Question 7. We have sti blank rain and swore blank ream. Our options are A, B, H, C, U, D, D. The correct answer here is D. If we put a D in the first blank, we get steed and drain, which are both real words. And in the second pair, sword and dream are also valid words. If we try the other options, like A, we'd get S-T-E-E-A and Aaron, which aren't actual words. Same goes for B, which would give us S-T-E-E-H and H-R-A-I-N, and C, which would make S-T-E-E-U and U-R-A-I-N, none of which work. So D is our answer. Question 8. Here we have plan blank aiding and fat blank DIT. Our choices are A, J, B, M, C, I, D, E. The answer is D. If we choose E, we get plain and eating for the first pair, and fate and edit for the second pair. All 4 of these are real words. The other options, A, B, and C, they just don't fit to create valid words in both spots, so D is the only one that makes sense. Question 9. This time, we have panty blank andal and magi blank all. Our options are A, C, B, T, C, X, D, Q. The correct answer is A. If we select C, we get panic and candle, and for the second pair, magic and call. All 4 of these words are real words that we know. Options B, C, and D don't give us real words in both spots, so A is the one we're looking for. Question 10. Here we have STRA blank ink and CLA blank ORSE. Our options are A, O, B, W, C, K, D, Q. The correct answer is B. If we put a W in those blanks, we get straw and wink. For the second pair, we get claw and worse. Now, if we try option A, we would have STRAO and OINK, but CLAO isn't a word. Option C would give us strack and kink, but clack isn't a valid word either. Option D gives us nonsense words, so B is the only one that works. Question 11. CLAS blank EAT and FIS blank OPE. Our options are A, W, B, D, C, H, D, S. The answer is C. If we fill in the blanks with H, we get clash and heat for the first pair and fish and hope for the second. The other options, A, B, and D, they don't give us real word pairs, so C is our answer. Question 12. Radi blank uter and HAL blank range. Our options are A, O, B, A, C, H, D, T. The correct answer is A. When we add O, we get radio and outer. Also, we get halo and orange. Now, if we try option B, it will result in radiate uter and HALA range, which are not valid words. Options C and D don't work either, so A is the best option for this. Question 13. 15, 17, 20, 24, 29. What comes next? Our options are A, 21, B, 35, C, 87, D, 32. The answer is B. To find the pattern, let's look at the differences between the numbers. 15 to 17 is a difference of plus 2. 17 to 20 is a plus 3. 20 to 24 is plus 4. And 24 to 29 is plus 5. It looks like the difference is going up by 1 each time. So the next difference should be plus 6. If we add 6 to 29, we get 35. The other answers don't really fit the pattern, so B is our answer. Question 14. 25, 19, 22, 23, 19, 27. What comes next? A12, B16C, 18D, 22. This one is tricky. The correct answer is B. The pattern in this series of numbers is a bit complex. It goes like this. First we subtract 6, then we add 3, after that we add 1, then we subtract 4, and finally we add 8. So following this pattern, the next step would be to subtract 3. So after all that, 16 is the answer. Question 15. 3, 6, 12, 24. What comes next? A, 44, B, 48, C, 34, D, 50. The answer here is B. This is a doubling pattern. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. So 24 times 2 is 48. The other answers don't follow this pattern, so B is the answer. English section, where we'll be testing your understanding of some important physics concepts. Question 1. Who described how things move in the physical universe? Was it A. Albert Einstein, B. Isaac Newton, C. Galileo Galilei, or D. Johannes Kepler? The correct answer is option B, Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton, who lived in the 17th century, developed the laws of motion that describe how objects move. That's why we call them Newton's laws of motion. Option A, Albert Einstein, is famous for his work on relativity, which is different from Newton's laws. Options C and D, Galileo Galilei and Johannes Kepler, were indeed important astronomers, but they didn't develop the laws of motion we're discussing. So the correct answer is B, Isaac Newton. Question 2. What is force? Is it A, something that pushes or pulls an object? B, something that only pushes an object? C, something that only pulls an object? Or D, something that only moves an object? The correct answer here is A. Force is defined as any kind of push or pull that acts on an object. Remember, a force can cause an object to start moving, stop moving, or change direction. Options B and C are not quite right because they only mention one type of force, either a push or a pull, but force can be both. Option D is incorrect because force doesn't only move objects, it can also stop them or change their motion. Therefore, the answer is A, something that pushes or pulls an object. Question 3. What is the most ubiquitous force on Earth? Is it A, magnetism, B, friction, C, gravity, or D, electromagnetic force? The correct answer is C, gravity. Ubiquitous means something that is present everywhere. Gravity is the force that pulls everything towards the Earth, so it's constantly acting on all objects. Options A and D, magnetism and electromagnetic force, are not always acting on everything around us. Option B, friction, is an important force, but it only occurs when objects are in contact with each other. So the answer is C, gravity. Question 4. What is inertia? Is it A, resistance to a change in motion, B, force that pushes an object, C, force that pulls an object, or D, force that moves an object? The correct answer is A. Inertia is the tendency of an object to resist any changes in its state of motion. This is also part of Newton's first law. An object at rest wants to stay at rest, and an object in motion wants to stay in motion, unless a force acts upon it. The other options incorrectly describe force, not inertia. So the answer is A, resistance to a change in motion. Question 5. According to Newton's first law of motion, an object at rest tends to A, stay at rest, B, slow down, C, speed up, or D, change direction? The correct answer is A. Newton's first law tells us that an object at rest will stay at rest unless a force acts on it. Think of a book sitting on a table. It won't start moving until someone picks it up or pushes it. Option B is incorrect, because if the object is at rest, there's no motion to slow down. Option C and D suggest a change in motion, which won't happen without a force acting on the object. So the answer is A, stay at rest. Question 6. According to Newton's second law of motion, the greater an object's mass, the A, less force is needed to accelerate it, B, more force is needed to accelerate it, C, it cannot be accelerated, or D, it accelerates on its own? The correct answer is B. Newton's second law basically says that force equals mass times acceleration. This means that if an object has more mass, you'll need more force to accelerate it or change its speed. Option A is the opposite of what Newton's second law says. Options C and D are both incorrect. All objects can be accelerated if you apply the right amount of force. So the answer is B, more force is needed to accelerate it. Question 7. What is acceleration? Is it A, change in velocity, B, speed of an object, C, direction of an object, or D, force acting on an object? The correct answer is A. Acceleration is defined as any change in velocity. Now, velocity isn't just speed, it's speed with a direction. So acceleration can mean speeding up, slowing down, or changing direction. Option B is just speed, and option C is only one part of velocity. Option D is incorrect, because acceleration is what happens because of a force, not the force itself. So the answer is A, change in velocity. Move on to the next question. Question 8. According to Newton's third law of motion, for every action there is A, a different reaction, B, no reaction, C, an equal and opposite reaction, or D, a similar reaction. The correct answer is option C, an equal and opposite reaction. Newton's third law explains that forces always come in pairs. When you apply a force to something, that something applies an equal force back to you, but in the opposite direction. Options A and D are too vague. They don't accurately describe the relationship between action and reaction forces. Option B is completely wrong. There is always a reaction. So the answer is C, an equal and opposite reaction. Question 9. Which of the following is an example of a force? Is it A, sound, B, light, C, gravity, or D, temperature? The correct answer here is C, gravity. Now, remember, gravity is that force that pulls things together, like how you stay on the ground. Sound and light, those are types of waves, not forces. And temperature, that just tells us how hot or cold something is, not a force. So, C, gravity is our answer. Question 10. What happens when acceleration and velocity are going in the same direction? Does the object A, slow down, B, change direction, C, speed up, or D, stop? The right answer is C, speed up. Think of it like you're on a skateboard and someone pushes you from behind, making you go faster. That push is like acceleration and you were already moving, so that's velocity. When they're both going the same way, you speed up. Option A, slowing down, happens when acceleration and velocity are opposing. Options B and D don't really apply here. Question 11. What do we call it when we combine speed and direction? Is it A, acceleration, B, force, C, velocity, or D, inertia? The answer here is C, velocity. Velocity tells us not just how fast something is moving, but also which way it's going. Acceleration, option A, is when velocity changes. Force, option B, is a push or pull. Inertia, option D, is how much an object resists changes in its motion. Question 12. What is the strength of a force related to? Is it A, speed of the object, B, direction of the object, C, how the force is exerted, or D, mass of the object? The correct answer is C, how the force is exerted. Think about pushing something. How hard and where you push matters more than just the object's speed or direction. Option D, the object's mass, does affect how much force is needed, but not the strength of the force itself. Question 13. Which of these forces can actually change the shape of an object? Is it A, gravity, B, magnetism, C, friction, or D, elasticity? The right answer here is D, elasticity. Elasticity is the ability of something to stretch or squish and then go back to its original shape, like a rubber band. Gravity and magnetism, options A and B, mainly affect how things move, not their shape. And friction, option C, mostly just slows things down. Question 14. What's the thing that keeps us and everything else on Earth from floating away? Is it A, magnetism, B, friction, C, gravity, or D, elasticity? It's C, gravity. Gravity is like a big hug from the Earth pulling everything towards it. Magnetism only works on certain metals. Friction slows things down when they rub together, and elasticity has to do with stretching. Question 15. According to Newton's first law of motion, what does an object in motion tend to do? Does it A, speed up, B, slow down, C, change direction, or D, stay in motion? The answer is D, stay in motion. Newton's first law basically says that things like to keep doing what they're already doing, unless something changes. So if something is moving, it'll keep moving in the same direction and at the same speed until a force acts on it. Options A, B, and C all involve changes that need a force to happen. And that wraps up our Street Olaves Mini Mach 7 walkthrough.